comes in, but if there's no sound or anything on this one, then we're done for the day. I can't keep giving it to YouTube here and getting no sound or no video or no volume or so yeah. If you're watching, guys, welcome. If anybody's watching this, if it stays up, basically what's happened this whole week here at this point. There was no show Wednesday at all. We went out live 3 separate times, and the first time was no volume, no sound. The second time was no sound. The second time was no volume, or not no volume, no video, no sound. The second time was no volume, so no sound. And then the third time was no video, no sound. And now they're not giving out, apparently they didn't give out any notification that I've gone live either. So yeah, I don't really know at this point, but if you're here watching, welcome. If you want to say hi in the chat, I'd appreciate it. But at this point, I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing here. But welcome, whoever's watching here, welcome, grateful, and thank you. But yeah, I don't even know if you can hear me at this point. It appears that yeah, no, probably not. But that is all right. All right, guys, we're going to probably end this and just going about my day and realize that sometimes YouTube wins and we can't get this to work. So you kind of have to, not to give up, but push it off to another day, I guess. So we'll cleanse the energies here and then we're going to close this down and push it off to another day. There's nothing we can do. It's not giving me it's not even notifying anybody that I've gone live at this point. I'm back and with you and I'm hearing noise. Yay. LOL, I'm back and you're back and I'm hearing noise. Yay. Are you hearing me? I don't know what's going on at this point because it's not giving notifications. The first video, at least I wasn't buffering, but and now you're doubling up on your text. So if you can hear me, let me know, but otherwise we'll end the stream here because there's no point in being live if I have to write it all out because YouTube won't give me a sound. There's no reason for no sound. I didn't do this as yeah, so who knows? Yes, I'm hearing you. All right, so thank you. So yeah, so the first stream, Angie didn't even give out a notification. Tina found it with no notification, but so yeah, so I don't know what's going on with YouTube anymore, but all right, so we're gonna keep going here then. Barefoot Jane, it's good dawning. All right, if you're wondering what's going on here, guys, did you guys hi? Did anybody get a notification? I'm trying to see what's going on. Apparently YouTube's quite an interesting space these days. I got notified twice and was so confused. All right, so some are getting notifications. Tina is not getting notifications. All right, so we're good. I don't know what happened, but welcome to Good Dunning, guys. The first round there was no volume, but Wednesday we had no video and volume for 3 separate takes. That's why you have no Good Dunning. And we have perfect cell phone service, so I'm not really sure, but welcome. Grateful. So yeah, Letty. Hi guys. So yeah, so maybe we just do better just going like rando live, right? We won't title them until we're done. That may have to be the case because it seems like when I schedule them, they don't work. But when I go, pardon me, random, it works fine. I have no idea, but welcome, guys. So maybe you two will decide to be as kind as the Universal Army of Love will be on this planet. But I don't know. But if you notice that the whole channel is kind of shifted, and eventually even the concept of good dunning as it is will shift into some fashion. More like a good morning and rallying us to go out and do our best and of course be of love each and every day. That's the idea, right? So we can rally each other as the army of love, and good dunning is gonna slowly. This is all morphing into obviously an army of action, an army of doing, and an army of helping, right? And so yeah, so we'll see where this goes, but. I didn't get a notification, but then I got a bunch of different notifications. Hi. Oh, thank you. Sure, I appreciate that, Marcus. All right. So from, listen, let's see what Kuan Yin has to say here. We're going to find some grace in all of this. And I'm not the one moving to Australia, Favor. All right. Love you, Angie. Thank you. All right, so today's card is... It'd be like the shining star from Earth, Wind, and Fire, right? Shining Lotus. There are times when it makes sense to be discreet until you find your inner strength, so that you feel empowered enough to share your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs without wavering, even in the face of challenge. Hey, there we go. At other times, we are ready to take the risk and allow the inner lotus blossoms of our true self to shine forth for all to behold. There we go. All right. So our inner lotus blossoms shine forth for all of us to behold. I need to get some new decks, or at least mess around here a bit more. All right, we're going to use the Hero's Journey deck today and see what we get. Welcome, everybody who is here. Welcome to the Army of Love. If you are on this planet and you breathe, you are part of the Army of Love if you so choose. It's a choice in how you choose to carry your vibration. It's a choice in how you choose to carry yourself, how you choose to see yourself on this planet. And it's a choice to become part of a unified Earth, right? Everything they're doing, they are separate, is about separation, right? So they want to separate us. We have to combine, right? If we don't find our love, our unity, then they will disunify us in ways we really don't want to try to even discuss, right? We get the idea. But good morning, Sandra. Welcome. All right, guys, let's see what we got. Today's this is the Hero's Journey deck, the Dream Oracle, but not specifically, but all right, let's see what we got. Take the bottom card as the energetics. Top three as how we receive them. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so for today's card, North Star. There you go. Flip your inner light switch, 19 or 10 or 1. So flip on your inner light switch. That means find your inner self. Find your upper room if possible. If you, Paul Selig, right? Find your upper room if you. It took 4 times of restarting this. Please to finally hear you. What's going on with YouTube? Yeah, I have no idea. That's a really good question, Sandra. Yeah, because Wednesday we first stream, we were live, we had no volume and sound at all. It was like deaf, dumb, and blind, right? And then the second stream we had no sound, and the third stream we had buffering and no sound again. Then so we gave up. I mean, even when I went random, I had nothing at all. Then then this morning's stream as well got no sound. So yeah, there's no reason. It's impossible, and it's not on this end that you would start a stream and then you could see it fine, but they'll give you no sound. The microphone's built into the phone, so you can't use an external mic with a Pixel, not very well. So so you can't do much with the Pixel in certain aspects very well. But yeah, I have no real idea why YouTube would have no volume, but. Yeah, it's just as irky on my end, but we're here now, grateful. So we love you, but yeah, love you, YouTube. But we'll try again next time we go live, which could be tomorrow. We will try again, but yeah, there is really no reason why it would keep coming and throwing. But who knows? But YouTube's been weird, right? Like channels that would get like 100,000 views on a stream are getting like 1,000. And yeah, and if you're following YouTube, YouTube-y stuff at all, yesterday YouTube Yesterday, YouTube lost a lawsuit in New Mexico stating that their algorithm, YouTube and Facebook both, that the algorithm within Facebook causes irreparable harm to people. And so, yeah, the next time you turn on YouTube, it could just be a search bar and it says, "Who are you looking for?" That would be it, because they won't even be able to suggest programs by like genre, like how to build a boat. You couldn't. You'd have to know the channel to get there. But so yeah, it could get interesting, maybe. But yeah, so we'll see how they end up reacting to that court case. Because if they're saying that the algorithm is illegal, right? Imagine this for a second. So if YouTube's, by the court's sake, says algorithmic programming is illegal, then there's no way you'd have to naturally, you just have to know the channel you're going to. There'd be no natural discovery of anything anymore. Or you could go live and broadcast. They can't let anybody naturally discover it. There'd be no feed for live videos, for example. So that could make YouTube quite an interesting space, right? It'd be fine if you knew dial up your creator, and so yeah, if everybody wants to dial up somebody who's like some giant creator, or we under Dutch Sense or something, you could just type in his name, but or your subscriptions that you already have, you could keep, right? But it'd be interesting. We'll find out what happens here. But so yeah, YouTube's been on a weirdness kick. There's been other channels that try to go live that I noticed as well that can't. Not to say can't, but yeah, get the same kind of deal. So, but we're not here to water. Oh, water all over my. Yeah, so we're not here to kind of punch YouTube, so to speak. We're here gratefully on their platform, right? So it's all we can do is hope that the next time we set it up, that it'll actually work, right? But who knows? Who knows anything? All right. So our first card again was the North Star. So the North Star, follow your compass, right? The North Star, follow yourself. Your inner light switch, flip it on, and there you go. Get ready. You are in great company. Pull back to propel forward. So number 16, you are in great company. 16 is a 7, which is a lucky number. Then we have Knights of the Round Table. There we go, number 18. Let their love lift you higher. Your love is lifting me higher, higher and higher, higher. But yeah, so number 18 or a 9. 9 is endings, right? And finally, reborn daily, as we are, right? That's how it really, good dawning. You are being reborn on the daily to what? Be of your highest self, if you so choose. So be reborn daily. Let go of the past and breathe in your new intentions. And that's number 46 or 10. So, all right. So if we put it all together here, it's saying to find your inner light switch. That's the idea, right? So in order to find your inner self, pull back into yourself, right? You are in great company. So it's being get comfortable with yourself, right? Then let their love. And who's their love? The universes come in, right? If you let the universe come in, and you're centered in yourself, right? Your higher self, you can be reborn daily. You can let go of the past. You can breathe in your new incarnation, right? And what is this? But this is our new incarnation. The good, not good dawning, but the universal army of love, right? There we go. All right, bottom card is 15. Self-care. Rest, nourishment, relaxation, boundaries, rejuvenation, healing, and peace. It's okay to prioritize yourself for rest, cancel plans if they are overwhelming, and instead re-engage with recharge with a cozy evening. Nourish your body with good food, sleep, and relaxation. So there you go. All right, so we're going to pull a card out. 1818. All right. Meant for success. I'll take that. So, success, purpose, change, prosperity, life path, and transformation. So, a major change is coming. And, yeah, while it may feel disruptive, it's guiding you towards success. Embrace this shift as it will lead you towards your purpose. There we go. And financial prosperity. Soon, the reasons for this change will become clear, revealing your true path. Yeah, we have no idea why things change, right? So if you're in your universe and sometimes something you're going because that way, most of us will sit there, right? And it takes a lot of spiritual patience to sit there and go, all right, why did this happen? Instead of saying this happened to me, right? And so if something happens in your universe, whatever it is, if we can stand in the framing of this happened for me, right? This is happening in my best interest. We have to realize, and it's not easy to do, right? That we're in this grand toroidal field, and if we can't trust what's coming into our frame as the centered energy of the one who is creating our universe to begin with, then we're not trusting what? Our own selves. Let me repeat that. If we're sitting in a space, right, and we're not trusting, we're worried about what's coming in next, then you're not trusting yourself because you're the one creating it based on your centered energy. And if you're going to sit in a space of worry about what's coming or not coming or going to be next in your universe, right? If you're in that space, then what's going to happen for you if you're worrying about, right, you're going to get situations that are going to cause you to worry. We all create our universes, and it's really becoming very apparent that the centered energy, that the longer you can hold yourself in a space of peace and centered energy, the easier it is, and the only real way it is to create your living universe when it really comes down to it. But everything else you're trying to create, everything else you're creating, is going to be created from whatever that centered space is. But if it's not centered, then you're going to create a universe that's what? Off center. And what is off center? It's off balance, right? It's going to be balanced based off of what? Your angers, frustrations, fears, lacks, worry, concerns, or any of the said. And if you're not creating your universe from a centered space of trust, peace, allowing, openness, then what's going to happen is that you're building your universe, or building your life, right? But you're building it on a foundation that's not going to work. A shaky foundation builds a shaky universe. It's really that simple. But if you go to the community page and look at the David Baird video, that's where it's at. But grateful. All right, let's do some energy work. First thing we're going to do is call in our guides and angels. And so those of you out there, generally on the daily, we call in our guides, we call in our angels in the morning, in the dawning. Why? Why do we do so? Because we wake up, right? We're grateful that we're awake, so we're letting it, and we're saying hello. Each and every one of us has a spirit family, a living spirit family. You can't physically see them, although you may get signs that they're there. You may see shadows. You may physically see things, and you may physically see them. You may feel them, but they are there. They are real. Each and every one of us has a guide. Each and every one of us has ancestors and angels that do work with us. We are all worthy of such. We are all royalty on planet Earth, as we are the source of our own energies. And our angels are here to help protect us, to help keep us moving forward, keep us alive in some cases. Many of us almost being in accidents, missing turns, and then poof, there's an accident, and that would have been your car, right? Angels do all kinds of different things, so we welcome them. We welcome our spirit guides. We welcome our ancestors. We welcome the ascended masters that we work with. So let's call them in. So all you have to do is just really follow along. Just bring them in. All right, so we call in our angels that we work with. We call in all of our ascended masters that we work with. We call in all of our ancestors that we work with. We invite in all of the cryptids and spirit animals that we work with. We thank Goddess Isis for her pyramid of protection today as offered to us daily. We thank Archangel Raphael for his healing light. For as we go out today, we step into the healing light. And we thank Saint Germain for the violet flame as we step out today in our universe as well. So we go out today with our guides hand in hand, with our family hand in hand, with our universe of energy, creating love and peace. We say hallelujah. Clint, how you doing, brother? Nice to see you. PG as well. Welcome, guys. So welcome to the Universal Army of Love, guys. And yeah, so Mr. Floyd turned him to Josh to everybody's got a universe, but no, it's time that this universe, our shared universe, has some sort of loving, peaceful army of some fashion, group. First waivers as a counterbalance in peace and love and energy. But welcome, guys. Grateful to see you all here. And yeah, thank you. All right. As we call in our guides and family, we will call in ourselves. In the dawning, we do energy work as per Joe Dispenza, right? As we wake up in the morning, right? In the dawning, that spiritually, each and every day, we need to center our energies. A lot of us have been in trauma and trauma body, right? For 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And so there are things that we can do to release our nervous system from a parasympathetic to a sympathetic state. And by doing so, by breath, we can do so as described by Dr. Joe Dispenza. But by doing so 3 times a day, and that's all we really have to do to an extent to release that nervous system is to take 3 separate breaths 3 times a day and just imagine where we're at. So the first breath today, we breathe in and we release our trauma as we breathe out. So we hold in our breath for 5 seconds. We breathe out for 5 seconds. And as we do, we imagine releasing, however that works for you, your trauma. Second breath, we see ourselves, Hershey, good dawning, in our happy place, wherever that is for you. Mine's Maho Beach. Third breath, we see ourselves what? As safe, because we are. It's the reason why our body doesn't feel safe, that our nervous system gets out of whack, but we are safe. So from here, let's go ahead and take that first breath. So breathe in. Hold it for 5 seconds. And as you breathe out for 5 seconds, you are releasing your trauma. Second breath. As you breathe in, hold it 5 seconds. As you breathe out, you are in your happy Gilmore place, your happy place. Breathe in. Hold it. 5 seconds, breathe out. Happy place. Third breath. You are safe. So breathe in. And breathe out. You are safe. All right, there we go. Now, hopefully, Mo, good dawning. Hopefully you don't feel like, well, you should, really. You might feel like a bowl of Jell-O, but for myself, it's probably the most relaxing, body-wise thing I can really do, right? So yeah, so from your end, hopefully that helps, but do that 2 more times a day, right? And imagine what you can create, right? Because what's happening is it releases all that stress. Your body is tricked into feeling into a sympathetic state, into a relaxed state. And if you keep doing so, your body starts to want to be more in that state. And you may naturally start to find yourself in a sympathetic state over time. If you do this for over 30 days, then you've retraining your body to stay more in a sympathetic than a wound up state. And the more you can stay in a state that is not wound up, the more that you are more relaxed. You start to get more downloads. You see more things. You step forward in different energy. You're not as panicky, shaky. You can eliminate, in some cases, panic attacks and other things, anxieties, right? Because the body is what's carrying that anxiety. It's not you, your source energy. You're perfect. It's the body's energy that's wound tight. And by releasing that, as we're going to do here in the next section here as well, we honor the body as the carrier of our traumas. And by recognizing that and doing these little things to honor and to help the body, we change everything. And so the second thing we're going to do is erase or remove energy, situation, things that are still stuck in our frame. So over the past week on Fridays, we clear our energy, what to reset for the weekend. And so what do we want to do this weekend? What kind of weekend are you looking for? In order to have a decent weekend, we want to what? Put the week behind us, right? Generally, we should be present, but most of us are not. Most of us are standing in our Saturday looking at Monday and Tuesday and going, I should have done this and I didn't do that. And then Wednesday, I said this to my boss, and oh my God, maybe that's going to come back to me. But it didn't on Thursday when I said this or when this happened and I got yelled at about my TPS reports. And we carry those things around and we sit in that energy. So it's Saturday and we're trying to go to the park and it's 78 degrees outside and it's gorgeous and we're going to the park. But we're sitting there going, oh no, my boss is going to yell at me because I didn't do this, that, Friday, that, and then this and that. And oh my gosh. And we're never really present in our present because we're always sitting in frames of energy that have been stuck in our field. And these frames, these globs of energy that get stuck in our field are moments in our universe that we haven't released. And so a lot of us are sitting around fretting about this or that, or picking up energies from others, right? Somebody yells at you. And so you get small real fast because that's how you're trained, right? Most of our reactions are training, right? We were trained to react that way. And so if you're trained to feel small when somebody's yelling at you or what have you, and you oblige their energies by acting small, right? All right, I'm worthy of being small. Exactly. So we release those energies. Then you carry that small energy around. Then what happens over the weekend when you're outside and you run into a group of people that you kind of know, but you're still feeling small because Bob yelled at you and took all your self-esteem and you never got it back, right? So you're sitting there now like, do I approach these people? No, I don't feel worthy. I don't feel like dealing with them, right? It's not because you don't feel like dealing with them. You're still dealing with Bob who yelled at you, who left you feeling this big. And so now that you feel this big, you can't go and approach people. And there might even be somebody that you wanted to talk to standing there, but you don't. So you turn the other way and slink out of the park, right? And we start doing these things energetically all the time. So then we get to the grocery store and somebody knocks into your cart. And what? You slink back and you feel a little less even more, right? And then you get to the checkout line and somebody cuts you off at the checkout line, right? And then you feel a little bit even less. And so as you go out in your universe, now you're this big, even though your source energy, you're letting everybody else and all these things that aren't even of you, right? Somebody cut you off at the grocery store. Doesn't matter if it's you or the next person behind you, they're going to cut whoever it is off. We take these things, what? Personally, right? So then we take these things personal. All this stuff chews up our universe, chews us up. Let's clear all that. That's why we clear the energy, because it's like building up, right? If it all builds up, then we turn into who? Charlie Brown in some cases, right? Oh, I'm not worthy of anything. I'm not even worthy of Lucy holding the football so I can kick it, right? And so that's what becomes. You're not even worthy of having hair as a child, so to speak, right? As a child, you got to have some hair, right? So, Christopher Walken's. How would you design a child cartoon with no hair? Right? It's like 4 strands, but so exactly. No wonder Charlie Brown has no self-esteem. He's like in elementary school with no hair. He's like alopecia gone berserk, right? But but yeah, exactly. So if we're thinking about this a second, but no, seriously. So what we do is we imagine the situation and then we clear the energy from that situation by either wiping it out of our frame, or imagining that we write it on a chalkboard and erase it, like Bart Simpson at the beginning of The Simpsons, writing it a lot and then just erasing the chalkboard. You can rip a piece of paper as to tear the energy. But these things are symbolic, but what they really do is they release all that energy in that frame, from our body. So let's do so. And whatever's been going on in your universe over the past week, take a moment and you'll know immediately what situations have to come are going to come up. They'll pop right up into your frame, right? Anything that's popping up immediately, that mother effer and this and that, and right when those things pop in, yeah, they're obviously still in your frame, right? Exactly, and they're not anywhere near cleared, because if you have a reaction to something that somebody's just bringing up that's hanging in your frame, then it's more than hanging in your frame; it's in your crawl, so to speak. It's up your butt, so to speak, right? And so that's what we're talking about, clearing that energy. So from my end to yours, take a minute, think back into your week and clear the energy so that we can have a better weekend, right? And we can end the week and step into the weekend, right? With new energy. I can't control what happens to you today, so it is your job then, maybe tonight, to clear that energy. And of course, you could do this anytime anything happens for you, because nothing ever happens to you. So go ahead and clear the energies real quick. It's kind of self-guided here. Do or do not is up to you. Break the energy, remove it from my frame. All right, if you have energies you are still clearing, please do so. But from your end, then, you might feel a little more relaxed, a little more loose, a little more light. But we all pick up, we're like magnets, right? We pick up all kinds of junk and gunk and muck from other people, their energies, their angers, their frustrations. You ever have somebody look at you and just start cussing and losing it? Right. A lot of us are triggers as well for other people, right? Because if you can be bop along and they're seeing, feeling that we are healing, right? And people who aren't healing are feeling our healing. They don't want to feel that, right? And so we trigger those who are trying to heal with ours, right? But exactly. So yeah. Now we're going to set some intentions for this week, right? So what do you want to create this week? What are you looking to weekend to create? So close your eyes for a moment. Visualize Sunday evening, right? So what do you accomplish? What do you have to bring the energy into this. It's your energetic universe. So what do you see yourself doing on Sunday night? Do you see yourself congratulating yourself for having an amazing weekend? And what's amazing for you, right? But allow yourselves. A lot of us don't even allow ourselves to have an amazing weekend. We sit in sort of this internal punishment mode for some reason. Like, no, I'm not, that Charlie Brown energy, right? I'm not worthy. I'm just going to. But so what we're going to do is do an invocation for this weekend. So bear with me. We bring in all good energies this weekend. We bring in the positive. We see ourselves in the highest light this weekend. We release the energies of the week and step into fresh energies this weekend, creating, you can fill this in however you choose, joy, love, helpfulness, peace, and abundance. And we carry that energy throughout our weekend with relaxed joy and gratitude. So it is, and so it shall be. But we create that energy. We're the ones who are choosing what to bring in or not. And also choosing what to do or not. As an army of love, it's up to each and every one of us as a universal army of love to choose or not to be helpful this weekend, or choose or not to be loving this weekend, choose or not to be helpful to others in our universe, right? We are the ones carrying that example of love. You are the one carrying the example of spiritual healing, right? And if you are walking out into your universe, right, carrying that spiritual healing out to each and everybody out in the greater source field through what? Your actions of being of love, being of peace, being centered in peace. Realize that each and everybody carries an energetic wake behind them. And so what energetic wake are you carrying this weekend? And if you see somebody in help, do you walk past, or do you see him flying a sign saying, hungry, help? And do you buy him a sandwich if you can? Or do you walk on? Because for leaving somebody hungry leaves yourself hungry, right? In the long run, because it's all you. Once we start to realize that, and we can wake up to the deeper feeling and understanding of who and what we really are, the inside of us, the battery, the generator that is, what's going to continue on is the same what's going to continue on in each and everybody else. And when we can realize that, we are a grander expression of a higher being walking around and not individuals ourselves. Once we start to realize that, we are just kind of separated so that the higher being can realize it's an individual as well as a one, right? And the more of us who can realize that, right? Then it's us who carry that energy out into the greater source field, carry that oneness and carry that love through what our actions and what we do. So there we go. All right, so let's thank you. Grateful. All right, so those of you who are new here, I am a channeler. I channel Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, and the White Buffalo Calf Woman. I have been on channel Archangel Michael, but that's a lot of energy, and some people get tired, and some people like their heart feels like it's going to explode. And so last time I channeled Archangel Michael, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. 11, hey, it's 911. You are going to inspire me to plant and harvest some kind of food this year. Favor. You're probably going to, I think the prices at the grocery store, hopefully there will inspire you to plant some sort of grocery. If you have the ability to plant something, get ready to, and please do so, because everything in this planet is tied to what? One thing, what? And they made it really hard for us to not be tied to it, although we could be, but oil. And so as right, exactly. We're not talking about the oil on your greasy face either. Yes, that kind of oil. Yes, even though the bubbling up from the ground come a bubbling crude. Even your food, it's 100% reliant on what? Crude oil, that is. Black gold, Texas tea. Yeah, I feel exactly. All of not all, but a good majority of our commercial fertilizers are made from what? Coal waste or oil byproducts of some wasteful fat. Exactly. So yeah. So I mean, in a twisted and realer kind of sense, our medicine, we eat and live and breathe oil. And so yeah. So yeah, if you can plant food now, forever hold your peace and buy your fertilizer as we speak, right? Or just exactly. We're next backwards now. You could do that. There you go. My dad's sitting here laughing and loving the fact that you are singing that song, especially considering the fact that I am watching MASH. There you go. Suicide is painless. It goes through many changes, but I can take or leave it if I could. There you go. That's just the lyrics to the MASH song, right? Andy Griffith. There you go. I haven't seen Andy Griffith in a while, but I can't whistle, so I'm not going to try to do the Andy Griffith theme. All right, but hi, Dad. Favorite. All right, so we're gonna do a channeling here, and then we will. Yeah, we still have plenty of time, so we're gonna do a channeling. Let's see what the tone, the time will be. Right. But yeah, we may or not reach an hour here, but grateful that you're all here, guys. Thanks for sticking around, and thanks for whoever bebopping through here. Thank you, and appreciate it. Dad passed in 2020, and I swear that man has a massive influence on my TV, LOL, and my phone. Right? Oh, favor. Hi, Dad. But yeah, no, MASH is probably one of my favorite shows. But I could do like a smash up, right, with MASH and like Seinfeld all day long. But exactly. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do a channeling, see who comes through here, and see what we've got. Archangel Raphael, we are here to discuss healing and how your healing reveals more than you would think. When we are talking about healing, we are talking about healing from the traumas that you are faced on planet Earth, the traumas that have taken your universe. What you are really going to understand at some point is that the traumas that you had while they are teachers are also thieves. All of what you go through on this planet is to teach you things, of course. But if you are not waking up to your lessons and cycling through, then your learnings become your shackle. One thing you are always chasing on this planet is time. And if you are chasing time, but living the same days like the Groundhog movie, where you are not yet learning your universes, you are not learning the lessons that are coming through your universes. So you are recycling your lives, so to speak. It is your job on your planet, and really your highest job, to do what? To recognize your shadow, your patterns, your traumas. You as source are perfect, but your body, your biological suit, is holding all of the traumas that you have accumulated on planet Earth. By carrying those traumas forward, you are creating your universe from askew. You are creating your life from the vibration, the lens. You are seeing your universe through that vibration of those traumas and how they are affecting your body. Do not conflate things, because those traumas are not you, right? You are the vibrating energy inside of the body that is keeping it alive. It is the body that is holding the trauma, the feedback field. And as you walk out into your universe, right? It's the feedback field based on your vibration that you are seeing. So as you walk down the street and you are feeling upset or sad or unworthy, that's a good one, because everybody picks up on unworthy. So you are walking down the universe feeling unworthy. Your parents, as a child, always said you are worthless. Maybe they said you aren't worthy of. Or maybe they made you feel small by telling you that not to be seen, to not be heard. So you've lived your universe thinking that you are not worth being seen and being heard, because your parents always said, please go into your room or go away. We don't want to see you. You are not worthy, or get out. We don't want your energies around, or whatever it is. So you built up friends because your vibration, of course, can only understand get out energy, right? Or go away, or your energy isn't wanted here, or whatever it is that you learned from your parents, right? So you carry that energy forward. And as you go through school, you are only vibrating, I am not worthy. Please show me I am not worthy. Please show me that I am small and need to be silent. And so you create situations based on that vibration, right? Whether you like it or not, situations appear because, again, of that vibration that you are putting out that make you feel small, make you feel unworthy. And then that compounds how you are thinking about yourself. And so it's a downward death spiral into that space, right? If you are in understanding, we're all living in that kind of manner, right? It is those who are realizing through the eyes, not of the traumas that have happened for them, but through the eyes of love, of healing that they can see. Eyes of peace and calm, right? The real eyes, not your lying eyes, right? If you are in understanding, your trauma vision, right? That's what we like to call it. The visions that you are seeing, the life that you are seeing through the skew of trauma. Most of us are living that, right? So when you go out into your universe, you are not walking in the highest going, I am equal to everybody and I am love. You are walking out in the universe going, this person is more worthy. They are better looking, so they have this. And they are not fat, maybe, and so they are worthy of having that. And you are conflating everything. Or maybe their parents were better, so that's why they are this. Or maybe their parents were worse, so that's why they have that. But you are not realizing your source self. You are standing in what? the frame of all of the traumatic things that have happened. And if you are going to do so, you are limiting your universe. You are limiting what you are receiving from the greater field. And you are limiting your experiences. Your experiences are going to be based off of the vibration and what you are allowing into your frame, right? Into your universe, into your life. Archangel Raphael wants you to understand one thing. That you are, until you realize, and a lot of us never do, but most of us have inklings, but until you can realize that you are seeing through a lens of lies, of trauma, other people's putting energies that they have put upon you. Once you start to see that you are living in that lens of lies, that lens of trauma, until then you have no idea. You aren't a victim per se, but you are askewed, right? Sometimes you cannot see your own forest through your trees because you are full of that energy, right? So if you are feeling this big, right, and you are in your universe, you might not even see a bigger universe. You may not even see that there is a way out, right? So realize that all of what we are experiencing in our universes are based off of the vibrations that we are putting out. And if our vibration, our centered vibration, is lack or unworthy, and we are programmed into these things, your parents went to the store and said, you are not worth it. No, why would I buy that for you? You are a spoiled brat. Why would I do that for you? We don't have the money anyways, right? So you are programmed right there at 3, 4, 5 years old. I am a spoiled brat, right? So that brings your energy just a little bit more, right? We don't release these things. Once you are told that, you are becoming that. At 4 years old, if you are told you are a piece of garbage, just as example, right? You will feel that. You will create a universe that has to prove what my mother said, my father said, my teacher said, my best friend said, my grandparents said that I am a piece of garbage. I'm not worthy. And you are feeling that. It gets embedded into your body. Your deepest inner soul knows that you are source, right? You are worthy of all. You are the grand creator of all. You are the worthiest of anything, and there's nothing you aren't worthy of. But you have been programmed to feel unworthy. You have been programmed that you are not worthy, that you are separate now. You have been separated from everybody else. And now you are beginning to feel that separation and the unworthiness of the programming that has been placed inside you. And if you are in understanding, then what comes next? You are creating a universe that has to prove that's correct. So now you are starting to fail in school. You go to first grade and you get D's. And you are having trouble making friends, if you make any. Because now you have to prove to the universe, right? The energy that you are worthless. The energy that you aren't worth having friends. That you aren't worth having things that you want because you aren't worth. So you carry that energy. But you are building a universe that is giving you a feedback loop. A proof that you aren't worth. And if you are an understanding of how this is working, that mirrored image is, that mirrored universe is you right now. So what did somebody tell you as a child? What did somebody tell you that froze your growth, that froze your universe, that made you see things in a light that is not correct? Did you have somebody tell you that you are terrible at this or you will never amount to anything? That's a good one, right? When you have a family member or a universe that tells you you are not going to amount to anything, what happens? You have to prove them correct, right? So what happens when you wake up at 40 years old? Did you always amount to something because you are source, but did you create anything on planet Earth? Probably not. Are you wealthy? Probably not. Are you happy in your life? Probably not. What did you create? A job that you are probably unhappy in, a life that you are unhappy in, and a universe that you are unhappy in. And if you are an understanding of how we are talking here, what we are saying, then you are seeing how you have been, your universe, right? Your life has been manipulated by energies that you did not place inside your frame. Your outcome of your life is based on the programming. And so if somebody is programmed that you are not worthy, right? That you are small or insignificant, then you are going to create a universe that leaves you small and insignificant to prove that's correct. Until you realize that that was programming and that was given to you by somebody else's trauma, somebody else's drama. It is the one who says, wait a minute, this was handed to me as a program and I do not have to follow the ones and zeros that were handed to me that tell me that I am small, that I am unworthy, that I am not needed or what have you, right? Once you realize, again, through your realize, not your lens of trauma, not the overlay that they are trying to shove into your frame, right? So that you can't see that you are source. You can't see that you are the grand creator of your universe. All you see is the overlay, the lies, the programming of unworthiness or lack or be quiet, you are not needed to be seen. When you are realizing that you are running the script that has been given to you by broken energies themselves, then you can begin to realize and break free from that energy. When you are realizing that you are seeing things through the lens of the traumas, the lies that have been placed into your frame, we are all equal in love, equal in peace, and equal in source vibration. It is those who are not understanding that they are source in the first place can start to differentiate themselves from that and see themselves in a smaller light, see themselves in a Charlie Brown energy or an unworthy energy, or it's not going to return into my life energy. If you are an understanding of all of that, and you are seeing how your universe that you created is somebody else's, that the life that you are probably living, not all of us, of course, but the life that you could be living may be based off of somebody else's opinion of how they see you, how they treated you, and how you interpreted that energy. So Archangel Raphael wants you to understand that in order to create your universe, the healing has to come first. If you are not creating healing in your universe, by realizing, first off, that the energies and traumas that were placed in your frame are only sitting in your body, they are not of who you are as source love. The biofeedback suit called human is amazing, is it not? There's no costume or anything else that you can create that will be any greater than the biofeedback suit that you are standing in now. When somebody says they hate you, and you are not worthy at age 5, you imprint that into the biometric suit, right? And so as you go out into your universe, you have programmed yourself, the biometric suit, right? You are seeing yourself as that. And so you walk through the field not worthy, putting out energies. Show me I am not worthy. Show me I am not worthy. Show me I am not worthy. And so the field comes back and shows you, you are putting out that center, you are not worthy. So you do not get picked for this, and you do not get invited to that. And your parents ignore you, and you don't get the birthday gifts you want, and things like that keep going on. Why? Because you are not worthy, so that you are asking the feedback field, the great source field. Prove I am not worthy. Prove me I am not worthy. Show me that I am not worthy. The not worthiness I am carrying around, right? Feed that back to me. So what are you wanting to carry along in your universe? What are you wanting the system, the field to return to you? If you are standing in a frame of I am worthy, of course, amazing things happen to me. My life is fantastic. You carry these energies, right, of seeing what you want. And you create that as well. But you have to clear those energies first of unworthiness and see that you have been programmed. Clear the energies of lack and see again that you have been programmed. Clear the energies of divide and hate to see that you are of love. Are you an understanding of how this is working? So what are you looking for? Generally, the opposite energy would need to be cleared from your frame. Hopefully you are an understanding of what we are talking about today. But remember, as you walk out into the greater source field, the universe, out of your homes, right? As you vibrate, it returns. So are you feeling worthy? Are you feeling everything I need comes to me? Are you feeling I got this? Are you feeling I don't have enough? There isn't enough. I am not worthy. Whatever you center on will create. But in order to center on worthiness, you have to clear the unworthiness first. There will be more, of course, but your job this weekend to two things. Realize that somebody always has it worse, so find somebody and help them. We are an army of love, right? So by giving love, sharing of love, you release the unworthiness inside you. You can cure yourself of some of that negative programming, right? By doing positive things for others and realizing that you have a spark within yourself. You can help heal the greater source field, one person at a time, by realizing, again, that everybody in this source field is you, that everything that happens to them is happening to you. With that, you should go out in this weekend and bring yourself back to this channel on Monday. Again, realize you are in control of the centered energy, or are you not? And if you are not in control of your centered energy and creating the experiences and the responses in the universe you are looking for, why? 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 Releasing transmission with love. All right, there we go, guys. Archangel Raphael. Pardon me, guys. Oof. Yeah, I might be on the phone when you drop. Later today, Angie, looking at a video or two. Favor, guys. John, hi, welcome. So thank you, guys. We'll have that channeling posted as soon as possible. But thank you, Archangel Raphael. All right, so we're going to work with the clear quartz. We're going to set intentions for this weekend, and then we are going to close out because, I got to get ready for work. So we're going to speed this up a bit. I actually have to go to trabajo aquí, work here. Grateful, guys. Thank you all who are here, and if you, that was an amazing channeling there. So if you get a chance, go back and re-listen to that. If you want to leave comments, I appreciate, guys. In order to help the algorithm at this point, which is kind of gone haywire, right? Help by leaving comments in the comments after the show. Just come back and even a smiley face helps. But grateful. The more engagement that we have, the better we can get into the algorithm there. Until hopefully there is still an algorithm, but yeah, the betters are saying the algorithm will be gone very shortly. So we'll find out. My friend called me as I said that to Mr. John. Hi, friend. All right, so what we're going to do right now, guys, is from my end here and yours, with your permission, and energy only works with your permission. Otherwise, you're being co-opted, right? Or put upon. But so here you go. With your permission, as we do so, we're going to set intentions, for this weekend. And so here we go. Clear some space. And in comes, the cool thing about channeling Archangel Raphael is you always feel healing better, right? Feel better after channeling him because it's healing energy, right? So here we go with the quartz from Chloe's Crystals. And she did live yesterday, if you didn't catch it, at Chloe's Crystals, capital C, capital C. And I'm going to tag her at some point and see if she wants to get back on the channel here and do a live as well. So here we go, guys. So we intend to have a great weekend. We intend to help others this weekend, and we intend to find ourselves, in peace. Generally, I would hope, right? In joy, for our highest joy. In helpfulness. I'm generally speaking, joy and helpfulness can kind of tie together, right? And in freedom. Freedom from what? Ourselves. Freedom from any burdens. Freedom from thinking in future or past or future thoughts. The more present we can stand, the more present we are for each other, right? And the more present our presence becomes a present. So as we do so, we remove any barriers to having a great weekend. We remove any barriers from bringing in what we want for this weekend. And all right, peel out anything that's going to block this weekend. And yeah, so now it's your job, what? To go out and have an amazing weekend. Or not. You can choose not to, but that's your choice. All right, so we're going to seal this up here. Really kind of rush. Got to get ready to get out of here for work. Let's seal this off. Hermetically sealed with love. All right. Thank you guys for being here this week. Wednesday was an anomaly today. Things happen. If we just need to do them as rando, but like just go live, then you know what time we go live. Everybody still gets a notification. So if we have to do it that way and just go live because it doesn't like me sending, then we can do that. But we'll find out. I may go live tomorrow. Most likely I will. As a matter of fact, you can kind of count on it. It's going to be 90 something degrees tomorrow. I do believe. Today it's like in the 50s, and tomorrow it's in the 90s again. So it's like 85, 54, 91, 91. So yeah, so tomorrow will be 90. So yeah, most likely we'll go to the park and we'll shoot we'll ramble at the park or something. But so yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow, most likely in some form or fashion live, not Memorex. Bethany, good dawning, beautiful soul. And I will see you guys in the next. But let's close out with a group hug first, of course. But the left arm up to the person to your left, right arm up to the person to your right. Take our left hand and we send energy from our left hand all the way through each and every one of us. And we send our love, our heart chakra through that left hand and through each and every one of our hearts. And as it spins around faster and faster, like the energy in the Large Hadron Collider, we collect those energies, collect into each other as we become one bigger heart. And as our hearts collide into one bigger heart, we take our one love that we each have now and feel for each other and take that one love and connect it like a reverse tornado, ka-chink, into the greater source field. We see everybody in the greater source field in love and peace. And we see everybody here in love and in peace as well. And we see everybody out there in the greater source field realizing that the universe that they are living in is truly based off that centered energy. And as they go out, are they carrying the trauma that their parents put in them? Are they carrying the lies that their friends told them? And are they carrying the angers that the universe has put into them when they were a kid? Are they living through a frame? And are you living through a frame that isn't real, through a lens that isn't real, through a life that isn't real, through things that happened to you but should have happened for you? Are you living through stuck energies in your frame? Are you living through programming that isn't working for you anymore? As you go out into the greater source field, if you are seeing that your universe is not what you want, what you have, what you are manifesting, then not seeing coming into your frame, it is our job then to realize, again, through our realize and to help clear those trauma eyes so that we can see through a clearer lens, right? Through a lens of love, not a lens of hate or a lens of unworthiness. It's our job to do so. So as we go out this weekend, realize nothing else what centered energy you are standing in. Are you standing in center of love? Are you standing in the center of trauma? What lens are you utilizing in your glasses? Is it a lens of clarity? Is it a lens of presence? Is it a lens of today, now? Or are you standing in a lens of yesterday, last week, or tomorrow? Are you standing in a lens of they did, this did, or that happened? Depending on what lens you are standing in, wearing on your glasses is how you're going to see your universe and what's going to create around you. So as you go out into the universe this weekend, realize what lens you are utilizing. And if you're seeing your life through a lens of trauma, then it is your job then to ground into that trauma so that you can clear it and see a lens of peace, love, hope, happiness, joy, and so forth. With that, we see Mother Gaia with no X's and or O's in her sky, or pound signs too, right? And of course, we see Mother Gaia with no plastics or forever chemicals in her waters and soils at all. With that, we say hallelujah. So it is, and so it shall and always be. All right, guys, I'm going to seal this up, close this out. And thank you guys so much. I have to get myself, yes, ready to go to work. So I love you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being as amazing as you are. And prayer for a God's lens yesterday. Love the message. Thank you, Bethany. Yeah, what lens are you carrying into your universe this weekend? And if you have the ability to help somebody, and you do, you're helping yourself. Think about that. Have an amazing weekend, guys. Remember, everything you do creates your weekend. Lines in the sky last night were pink. They were. Last night was pink sky here too. It was crazy. It was like a reverse sunset. It was crazy. The sunset's behind the mountains, but at the same time, going east, you could see all kinds of crazy pink, and it was weird. Weird, weird, weird. I love you all. Thank you, guys. I'll go live tomorrow at some point. So I'll be out and about, and so we'll go out and about and stop at the park in 90 degrees, and well, it would be 90 when, but like 80 degrees ish. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. I love you all. And really, I do need to go, and I will see you all somewhere out in the yonder verse today. Otherwise, I will see you in the next. Thank you.